Good evening. Today I'm going to show you how to install PHP using XAMPP. So first we have to go to Google, and in Google we have to type in XAMPP, ZAMPP. When you go and connect to XAMPP, you can find this URL, which is apachefind.org. Click on this app and you will get a set of file like this. So for Windows, even for 32 bits and 62 bits, you can go and you can click over XAMPP for Windows. For Linux installation, you can go over here and you can click over here. And for Mac, you can click over here and then it will download. I just click it and see over here the installation starts for Windows. Okay, this is how you put a XAMPP into your machine. Now, once you finish installing the XAMPP, you have to go to the C program and go to the C program. To this PC, over here go to C. You will see a folder named XAMPP over here. So this is where your XAMPP full installation is being completed. There will be another toolbar of XAMPP. For that, you have to write XAMPP control panel. Click on the control panel, and you'll get this control panel, which has Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, MongoDB. So we'll start the Apache server where your PHP can be run, and then we'll start the MySQL. So after this thing has finished, now you see that I have two XAMPP. This is because I used to have a XAMPP folder before, but I reinstalled XAMPP, but I had to keep my old server because of my files. So I'll be using XAMPP 2. I go inside XAMPP 2, and over here you see so many folders. So I'm supposed to go to htdocs, and under htdocs these are my projects. So if I want to make a new project, I right click, I press new, I go to folder, and over here I write something like website design, press enter. So once I do this, I have to go to folder 4. First, just check if my Apache is on at localhost. Localhost is your home PC only. So when I press localhost and then home, if I see this screen, that means my XAMPP is installed and my Apache server is on. So here I write the following site design and I press enter. But over here I have only parent directory because I haven't made any files here. So I have to go to website design. First, I have to make my first PHP file. What is the importance of PHP file? PHP file can only be in an extension called as .php. So I can, best part of PHP is you do not need a basic ID, you can use a notepad. I have a habit of writing with Notepad++, which you can install in your PC. So if over here I close everything except for this and I close the line. So first, what do I do? PHP starts with lesser than question mark PHP, and I have to finish the program with question mark greater than. Every time we write a PHP code, this will be the way we're supposed to write the code. And every time the extension will be like save as any file, first file dot php, and I'll save it. So this is how you save your files. So when I come and press enter, see over here first file of PHP and document. If I click this over here, you can see my file has been created like this. So why do I have to go to localhost and open the file? because as PHP is a server side. Server side means what? Only the server can read it and display it. So Apache is reading and displaying over here. Right now we have not written anything, that's why we're not displaying anything. But if we would run it directly, see over here, can you see? The code is written. We are not supposed to show the code because we'll be writing up passing database password username over here. Else we always write it in server side and read it in client side. So this is the client side and this is the server side. So now like whenever we learn a coding language, the first language we are supposed to learn is how to speak. So echo is the way of speaking in coding language. So how a baby learns a new word always. So we learn a new word in coding. It is always hello world. So it starts with double quotes. Then you're supposed to write a sentence inside it, and you're supposed to put a semicolon. Once a statement is finished, you can create a new line before starting a new sentence. So echo BR is an HTML tag for the next line. And I press save. So what happens in this? See, when I refresh it, hello world is displayed. Because we are seeing echo hello. Echo means print. Printf in system.out println in other languages like C, C++, and Java. So as a good developer, we always write a comment. So double left left lines are the comment. So you write this. So first comment of my language. So the specialty of comment is when you write a comment, this is for your reference and for your other reference. Your client will never be able to see that comment because for him only the output is important. So this is the way you write. So before you can write this is for single line. Before you can write like this. So before when writing a code, you can write like author, Akshay, company, ultra, zaps, and this. So this is the way you're supposed to write multi-line comments. This is how you're supposed to write the single line. Now, so I'll write beginning of coding over here now. Yes, and beginning of coding line. We can use a little bit of HTML as well, like center means make this into the center of the page. So I will like this. So if you can see over here, yeah, if you can see over here, see beginning of the beginning of coding. Now, before everything, we're supposed to learn variable. So always variables starts with dollar. So whenever we are using some data, we are supposed to store it somewhere. Like a purse stores money, so it comes like purse equal to money. That means we are putting money inside a purse. In coding, or everything gets stored from right to left. It is like a Chinese language. So always whenever you are declaring a variable. So now in PHP, purse will be dollar purse. So anything you are declaring any name, it has to start with a dollar sign. The only restriction with naming a variable is you cannot use $9, $0, $1, $2. It always has to start with the alphabets or a underscore. So right now, if I look at first, what do I put in the first? I put money, and then semicolon is compressed. So now first has money. Now only I know the first has money, but the client will not come to know the first has money. Why? Because I'm not doing echo first and semicolon. So when I write this line, so I'm printing what I have in my purse and just save. So when I save, it comes like this money. So this is one way of me writing about what I have. The second thing is sometimes always I do not have to keep string. I can show number also. So in numbers you can see there are no double quotes. That is only directly number which are 1, 4, 5, 2, 3. So printing new number. Now if what happens if I write echo over here? See, you have observed I did not write new line over here. So now money and I wrote in 23. I save this, and when I go to execute this, so it becomes that money and 23 is in the same line. So again, see, money is in the same line. Go back. I copy this BR over here and I put it over here and I press save. Yes, you can see the code over here. Okay, and I press save. And if you can come over here, see it becomes belonging. So this is how you do. Same way as we put number, I'll put decimal, any number or number 2, I can put a decimal value. So now whenever I'm putting a decimal value, so number this is a float or double or decimal variable. So this becomes when you do echo dollar num2 and this, and if I save this again, I have to copy this below this and I save it. So what will happen if I check? So it prints in decimal. So first I have my string, then I have my integer, and then I have my float, which is also called a total. So this are the types of variable. So what all we can do with the variables? Okay. So in variable there are a lot of string functions which we can use. So I'll show you one, two of the string function. So we can do echo, okay, and then we can do string reverse, and the string was like was because rest are integer. So I do this because you can directly do any function or any calculation in echo also. Like if I can do echo num1 plus num2 also, so it will directly display. But this is not the proper way of coding. So just for the demo sake, I'm doing it. So if I do this and I go over here and I do this, so it becomes reverse of money. Now what happened again and then put this code over here. So put this on and save it. You can see money becomes the opposite. Yeah, yeah, no. So this is how you reverse. Then there are many function like string count and your string work component, Then how many words are there in the statement? Like there are one word or two words. So let we go over here and look. So there are one word. It is first is one word. Again, I must have marked down this. So I press over here and I press save. And then I go to Chrome. I press enter. There are one word. So where is for money? Sorry, money in the bank. So there is 1, 3, 4, and I press save. So should I run? I go over here and see over here. There are 4. So this reverse of money in the bank is over here, and this is 4 words. So now, so these are the string function. There are various string function which you can see in WT school. I'll be just showing you this. So this is our first file, which is also will name it as variable.php. So we go with the second part, which is as, and it is operator.php. Operators are like same in maths. How there are for addition, deletion. So same, there is addition. We show addition by the plus sign. Then there is subtraction, show by the minus sign. Then there is multiplication, which is done by the multiplication sign. And the division sign, which we do by the division sign. So we'll show you first. So this is the number 1, this 23, the first variable. Second variable number 2 equal to 40. Now I have to show the people like I am doing addition. So first, always there has to be result. Then number 1 plus hash number 2 equal to echo and result. Yes. And I press save. So here again, as I change the file name to the so once you know, but now the user will not know what I'm actually doing, what number I'm doing. So for that, what we can do is we can write echo. So what is our first number? So this is our first number 1. We join it with a string, say plus. So this means that it is not actually adding, it is just showing that what string we are using, what result we are doing. So number 2, this dot is to join a number with a string function. So same like this, and then I will equal to, and I'll put a semicolon and just save it. Now what will happen? Just go here and I'll just see 23 plus 40 is equal to 60. Now the user knows what we are doing. So we are adding, we are minusing, so it will be shown to the user. Go back to the coding. Again, as I said, for the new line, we go over here and I write breaking. Same copy. Now what I will do minus, and over this also I have to do before, I'll have to do minus now. I'll have to save. So first I'll minus and then I'll write the number of statement. It will be easier for. So here I can put a comment starting minus, and then I do the minus. I write the what I'm doing, and then I'll show the result. So number one is 23 and 40, so it should be minus 20. Sorry, minus 17. Same way you do for multiplication. I'll copy this part. Multiply, same thing over here, general window and multiply, in the string also and multiply. Just have a look, till then I'll do the divide as well. So this is divide and this is divide, this is divide. So I'll get the result. Now there are several other operators. One is mod, one is the exponential. So you can use any number of operators. But these are the basic operators which I'm going to show you. So see 23 divided by 20 divided by 40 and the answers. So this is how you use operator. Then there are boolean types, true or false. But that is your data type, which you can use it for comparing the operators, which I'll show you ahead. So these are the basic operators which you will use in PHP. Okay. So now we'll go with another part. I'll just remove this and I'll remove the comments. Now I'll save as, I'll make a new file. Now I'll show you the comparator operators in the if statement. So I'll make a if statement. If statement, for some people it's very difficult to understand because of the concept behind it. It is a very simple. It is nothing more than a decision making. So like how you make a decision, like today what you're going to do in the morning. If you're going to eat egg for breakfast, if you're going to eat cornflakes for breakfast, same is the if statement. So it helps a program to make a decision based on the input from the user or from the computer. So now if I write what dollar breakfast, so now I write eggs, imagine. So now according to this breakfast, I have eggs in my mind, but the computer will not know that I have eggs unless and it is supposed to do some activity if it knows that I need eggs in breakfast. So first the computer will ask, so we have to make it ask. So if is ask dollar breakfast equal to is to compare it. If it is equal to eggs, then it will say enjoy eggs for your breakfast. But what if it wasn't egg? So you have to make a decision and say was a toast. So I write then enjoy toast for your breakfast. And if it wasn't egg or it wasn't breakfast, if it was something else on it, means how many decisions will you make? So you can write else, like if this is not correct, this is not correct. So then I write we have only eggs and toast in the house. Sorry, we cannot serve you. So if the user says, imagine he wants Maggie, and you press save. So it goes over here if not equal is wrong, if equal to toast no, then it comes over here directly and then save. Now my this folder is not saved into PHP because I do not have an extension for PHP. So I go to Chrome and I write state and press enter. Because of that, we get this message. Sorry, we cannot serve. Okay, let me make it again into X and I press save. And go over here. It did not get saved. Yes, we say over here it is right, so it doesn't get saved. So I press over here. Okay. I forgot to show you the importance of single quotes. What happens if this single quote is named? I remove it and save and I run. You see, this kind of error comes. So it is always necessary to have a single quotes and press save. So whatever error comes will come in this kind of form. Do not worry. Basically, you just have to say the line number 9. So it is somewhere near line or before number line. So this is number 9 line. So it was before number line. So it was over here. So because of that, it had showed you like where your error is. And you press enter, you're back to your coding. So this is the way if statement is written. Same thing this for integer we have written. We can write it for number also. Imagine the number is 100. So if I compare, so if I want to make a decision number, if number 1 is greater than 100. So if in the store the number of clients becomes greater than 100, so enjoy 10% discount. So in the whole day, if there are more than 100 clients, so I'll start giving discounts to my new clients. So it's like a basically a marketing gimmick. So or else if number 1 is less than 100, you know what I do? I go start a combo offer to get customer. Now I can if I write else, that means what? That number 1 is equal to 100, correct? Because greater has finished, lesser has finished. So what is left? Else is only left here. He is the 100 customer. Right? If the customer is 100, so the person who has come and he has become 100. So you have won a prize. And I finish the double quotes and I press save. So yeah, I'll before displaying I'll have to write new break. So you see here, now let me run this because the customer is 100, it had come, you have one of price. Just the code is over here. Now this is how to write a if statement. So you can write multiple else if, different conditions you can give to else if, and then you can give different if statement inside it. It can be used for username password if username equal to ABC and password equal to DEF, then give access. So there are many different kind of uses for if statement. Now, uh, this is the if statement and comparative statement has finished. Now I'll teach you for statement. Now again, when writing PHP, what you are supposed to write question mark PHP, question mark this, save. So for statement we use it for something like call as loop. Like one thing which you're gonna do again and again, we can use it to do it smartly. Like if I'm doing 10 times, 20 times, so I do not have to write a code again and again if I'm using the same functions like multiply. When I use the multiplication table, that means what I multiply a number by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5 till 10. So instead of that, if I do a for loop, so I can write it only one time and then it will do the multiplication on its own. So first I declare a number if I need like to choose, I'll take a difficult one. So I need to know a multiplication table of this. So if I go to do manually, it becomes very difficult for me to do. So how do you do it in the for? The syntax of for is first you write for new, then inside this I write anything. So if to remember I write loop, dollar loop because it is a variable. So first what I multiply the loop by like 2325 into 1. So over here I'm writing 1. So now dollar loop is 1. Now I check if dollar loop is less or equal to till 10 I'm gonna do. So till 10, for the table I'm using it till 10. And this is like after I finish whatever loop it is that increase dollar loop by 1, like make it 2. So this is the syntax. So first you declare the value, then you check the value is still lesser than the right side value. Then you do the function over here. So whatever I do a function, like even if I just show the value, so it becomes like first is 1, 1 is less than 10, then it comes here, it shows 1. Then it pluses by 1. This is like loop equal to loop plus 1. This means like when you write loop plus plus. So now the loop becomes 2. 2 is still less than 10. Again it comes inside. Again it shows the 2 plus 2. I'll just run this program for you over here. See over here. It becomes still 10. Now again what I'm supposed to write? I'm supposed to write here the and return for the break line. I go over here and I press one error became line number 8. So we're supposed to go to line number 8. We're supposed to go here. Now what error has come over here? So I have used dollar loop over here. Correct. I have see over here 8. So I have not put semicolon for that. That is save. So I refresh. So 1, 2, 3, till 10 the number is shown below. So now I have the for loop. I have this number for multiplication. So what do? I do first I go over here. I the result always as number because it is 2325 into loop. So whenever the loop is 1, so 1 into 2325, 2 into 2325 because I'm increasing only loop. I'm not increasing the number of variable. So same I go here, I put it to result and I will just save it. Now when I see so 2, 3, 2, 5 into 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 to 7 into 8 into 10. So, but it is looking very shabby. So I have to show what I'm doing. So what I have to do, same number one dot, then I have to put a string on what I'm doing dot, which is the second number, again dot equal to, then this finish and semicolon. Just see. So now when you see the first statement, it will look a bit neat. Into 1, into 2, into 3. So this is how you write your multiplication table directly in a shorter way. So coding and the way of the writing reduces your time and everything. Instead of writing 500 lines, 600 lines, it can be reduced to 200 or 150 more line if you use your PHP codes smartly. So this is a for statement. And I'll press save. Then I save as. And last, I'll show you how to write a switch statement. So switch statement is also a decision making, but you can write a lot of case, same it is like else if only, but it is a simpler way of writing cases. So you write task if task is working. So in your app, if you're creating app, so if the user selects a task to do, so you're supposed to show the next exercise for that. Like if it is running, what is supposed to do. If the task is walking, what is supposed to do. The same way. So it is like switch task. Then you open the bracket and you close the bracket. So now the task has come here. If the case means if the task is walking, then you're supposed to do echo walk up to 20 200 meters. So this is a message and you're supposed to break. Break means again it will not go to the next case because you already came to know the answer. Now I write the second case. Run. So if it is running, some task I have to do. Run to 100. If it is not neither of this two, I can, like how I write else, I can write default case today take yes and put this. I press save and go to crop. Over here I write the name of the file and I press continue. So as my task was walking, so I got a message walk up to 200 meters. So the task is walking, case has been walking. So this is how you write a switch case. So that's it for the basic of PHP. So if you want to learn the advanced, so you can always join my channel to check out the videos. Thanks.